Hello YouTubies, this is King Scribe and thank you for watching this YouTube video. So it looks like I was wrong. I mean, I was pretty damn sure that Fourth Impact would have been let back in the competition, but then again, judging by what's been going on in the voting system, etc., I don't think they've really had a chance in winning the competition. They may have come in second place, but first place might have been a stretch too far, not because of their ability but just because of the way people vote. I mean, Louise Johnson had the home factor advantage. We all know who would have won this if it was World Idol or World X Factor, wouldn't we? If everybody in the world was able to vote, we know who would have won X Factor this year. It would have been Fourth Impact, hands bloody down. Yeah, they would have easily walked away with it, and they are a damn good bloody group. Thinking about it, I really enjoy them. Yeah, Phoebe can put the gun away now. No, Phoebe is also Filipino, so I respect Filipinos. I actually like the songs they actually sing. They're pretty talented people. So, I mean, I'm glad they did pretty well. I just wish they came in, one of the top 3 places. I wish they were in the final. And they were given the spot high up above everybody else when they were going up on stage singing. But for the people who are saying that hopefully they get a record deal, listen here, right? They are already big in Asia, right? I mean, they don't need a record contract with Simon Cowell. Yeah, they could do it on their own. Yeah, but it's very likely that Simon Cowell will sign them up anyway, because they're so big. I mean, they are a good group, so it's likely they're going to be signed up. But they've got so much work to do elsewhere. Yeah, they're never going to stop working in Asia. So I'm not exactly sure what they can do in Britain other than sell records. But it would be good if Simon Cowell actually went around and mentored them and gave them some form of contract. But they already have a contract. They were shipped in by Simon Cowell himself. What people don't realize is Simon Cowell had seen them before the show. I mean, it wasn't just a case of they just auditioned. They were invited over to the country to audition. Yeah, because I mean, some parts of X Factor are sort of fixed, but in this situation, they really were a good group. And they wanted to win as many X Factors as bloody possible. I mean, next year you're probably going to see them in Denmark or something in the X Factor there, and then auditioning in Australia, unless they've already won it. I don't know. I mean, I know they've won the one in the Philippines. They did something in China, from what I know, and apart from what Phoebe's told me, they've been winning the X Factor stuff in Asia, across the Asian countries. Right, so this is just a visit, just to see if they can actually win another one. I mean, we all know what would happen if it was a World X Factor. There would be no chance to any of the contestants on X Factor in Britain. There's no chance. I mean, they would have just killed them all. But here's one thing though. I mean, Cheryl Cole did a really marvellous job mentoring them, but I think she sort of favoured Reggie and Bowley. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but I just wish that she got up on stage and helped them out as well, the Fourth Impact, because I think they could have done better. But maybe she believed that they didn't need it. I mean, that's what people don't realise. Maybe she thought, well, this group is good enough without me. I mean, they don't need me, but sometimes they do. Sometimes they need that bit of support to get the public voting. But I was looking at it, and I was thinking, when you look at it properly, they didn't have the home advantage. There's no advantage in Britain, because every single contestant comes more or less from Britain, except for one other contestant who left in the second week. It just goes to show, doesn't it? But every other contestant had the home advantage in that from their place of residence, their city. People would have been voting for them, so you would have get something like 50,000 people voting from the itself easily. Yeah, with millions of people living in some of these cities, easily voting for them. They didn't have that, but they still managed to come in, what was it, fourth or fifth place. I mean, they did really well. If they had the home advantage with just, you know, the city of their dwellings, that would have been fair, by the way. Let's say they just said, well, you know, you come from a certain city in the Philippines. Phoebe's from Naga City, by the way, but if they come from there, they could say, well, you know, there's about 50,000 people who vote for you there. I think they probably would have won it. I mean, judging by the likes on Facebook, it's the first time I've ever seen a band or group, or even a single singer losing on X Factor with more likes on Facebook. They normally win it. Likes on Facebook is actually something that determines just how well some of these groups will actually do, and it didn't in the circumstances, and I think it's because people may have thought they would go do okay anyway, but I just don't think they had any advantage in comparison to other contestants who would have had the home city advantage that they live, even the area that they come from. You know, that if you're from the northwest, perhaps more people in the northwest are voting for people who are going in the show from there. So it's not just a city, it could be many cities that are voting for you. So they've got to take it into consideration in future when bands like Fourth Impact do join X Factor, to make it fair on them. I mean, they would have won it if they had this sort of taken into account. I mean, don't include all the population of the Philippines or every single people vote for them in Asia, of course not. But they do need the city that would have voted for them to be taken into consideration, because every other contestant had. Yeah, and not only that, but they also had other areas surrounding it voting for them too. So it's one of those things. But you know, don't worry about it. If you're a supporter of that group, which I am. I mean, I'll certainly buy some of the singles and some of the what do you call those things now? Albums. I usually download them, you see, so I don't mean I don't buy them, I mean I download them to listen to while I'm jogging. But yeah, I mean, I'll certainly be listening to them while I'm running, because they're pretty entertaining and make me run faster. Right, so hopefully we see them do well in Britain too. They're certainly big in Asia, so there's no real problem for that band. You know, that was no real big loss to them. You know, I don't think they were even bothered when they were voted off. I think they're thinking, well, that's you know, it's getting a bit too much hard work now. We need to get back to the you know, certain parts. We need to go back and win American Idol next. We haven't got time for finishing this show off. Maybe we should get voted off early. I think that's what probably they're thinking. You know, maybe there's an X Factor going on somewhere even bigger in a different country that they want to win next. So. Anything can happen with that band. They're not in any threat of not getting any record deals, put it that way. So anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. See you later. Bye bye.